I didn't just lose a husband. Turns out I lost my place in his world too. My name is Lauren, and there was a time when I was married to a truly good man. Kind, patient, and deeply devoted. His name was Adam, and for nearly 7 years he was my anchor. But I broke the bond we shared, and now I live with the quiet consequences of my own choices, ones that changed the course of not only my life but his as well. Our divorce was finalized in late 2019, right before the world shut down. At the time it felt like a necessary step. What Adam didn't know then, but would soon discover, was that I had been unfaithful. I was seeing someone else, a man named Jeremy. He was a waiter at a little Italian place I'd visit after work, and over time our conversations shifted into something more. Looking back, I think I was chasing excitement, the kind that fades as fast as it appears. When Adam confronted me, it was during the early days of the pandemic. I didn't lie or sugarcoat anything. I admitted the affair. I told him I'd fallen out of love, that I thought it was best to end things. He didn't scream or shout. He just stood there absorbing the blow. That was always Adam's way. Quiet strength, dignified restraint. There were no lawyers clawing at each other, no dragged-out court battles. Just a clean, respectful break. He moved 2 hours away to a quieter town near the university where he'd taken a job and started working toward his PhD. I stayed behind with Jeremy. Eventually we married. Life got chaotic quickly. Jeremy had 3 kids from a previous relationship, and I had a baby not long after. Between feedings, custody schedules, and work, the days bled into one another. Throughout it all, I tried to maintain a thread of connection with Adam, not out of guilt, but because I still cared for him in a distant, respectful way. I'd send him birthday wishes, a card at Christmas, even a small gift when I heard he'd finished his doctorate. But he never replied. Not once. Not even a brief text to say thank you. That silence hurt more than I expected. Adam was the kind of person who once wrote thank you notes for dinner invites and remembered every birthday in our friend group. My parents and even old mutual friends still received the occasional postcard or message from him. But not me. I wasn't just out of his life, I was erased. At first I told myself he just needed time. Then I convinced myself I didn't care. But deep down I did. One of the people I always leaned on during confusing times was my best friend from college, Monica. Brilliant, confident, funny. She and Adam had always gotten along well, but I never once thought anything of it. Monica was based in the same city Adam had moved to. She worked as a lawyer and taught a class or two at the university too. We had one of those friendships that could go months without contact, and then snap back like no time had passed. So when she started replying to messages more sporadically, I wasn't alarmed. Her last message, sometime in 2021, said she was swamped with work. That wasn't unusual. Monica often disappeared when she started dating someone new or had a heavy caseload. I didn't know how much had changed until the summer of 2023. Jeremy and I made a weekend trip to the city where Monica and Adam lived. I texted her hoping we could grab lunch. No answer. I figured she was busy again or on another romantic getaway. I caught up with some old college friends instead, but Monica's silence lingered in the back of my mind. Then came October. A mutual friend threw a Halloween party and I went alone, just to relax and maybe reconnect with Monica. And there she was, dressed as Cleopatra, standing near the bar with a glass of red wine, looking startled to see me. Her hug was stiff. Her smile didn't reach her eyes. "Hey," I said, trying to keep it light. "I called you this summer." She blinked. "Yeah, I was on my honeymoon then. Sorry I didn't get back to you." My brain stalled. "Honeymoon?" She nodded. "You got married." Monica hesitated, then spoke with quiet finality. "It's Adam." The words didn't register at first. "Adam," I repeated dumbly. "My husband," she clarified. "Your ex-husband." It was as if the room faded. I stood there, stunned and sick. "But when? How?" "We didn't talk until nearly 2 years after the divorce," she said, her tone flat. "You don't get to be angry. You ended it." You chose someone who brought you dessert at a restaurant over the man who gave you everything. Her words left a mark. I left the party early, barely able to breathe. That weekend blurred by in wine and quiet tears. I tried to act like I didn't care. But I did. Deeply. I cared more than I wanted to admit. To myself, to anyone. Monica had stepped into my old life. She was now part of the world I had thrown away. When I got back home, something in me cracked. I started pulling away from Jeremy. I couldn't help it. His voice, his presence, it all felt off. Kids noticed. I stayed up late, scrolling through old photos of Adam and me, watching videos of us dancing in the kitchen or laughing on road trips. Remembering the way he used to press a kiss to my forehead in the morning. How he never raised his voice. How he forgave in silence. Eventually, Jeremy confronted me. He thought I was cheating again. I told him everything, about Adam, about Monica, about the wedding, about the grief clawing at my chest. He stared at me coldly. "You're acting like someone died," he said. "You're mourning him like you lost him yesterday." "I'm not," I lied. "Yes, you are. And I've known about them for months. It's all over social media. You just didn't want to see it." That crushed me. I had chased Monica's friendship without knowing I was chasing someone who'd already closed the door. I felt humiliated. We argued for hours. I accused him of hiding it from me. He accused me of emotionally cheating. "If you really didn't love him anymore," he said, "this wouldn't be tearing you apart." And maybe he was right. I said cruel things. I told him he didn't know what real connection was. I regretted it the second it left my lips. But regret doesn't erase damage. That night, I stared at the ceiling and realized something painful. I had mistaken passion for depth. I'd traded enduring love for fleeting validation. I thought love had to be loud and electric. But Adam's love had been steady, patient, true. And now Monica had it. She was the one getting flowers every Sunday. She was the one Adam held at night. The life I once had was now hers, and the silence I received was louder than any argument. Sometimes karma doesn't come as fire and fury. Sometimes it arrives in stillness. In being forgotten by the people you can't stop remembering. I didn't get closure. I didn't get a conversation. All I got was the quiet truth. Some doors once shut never open again.